we are carrying out an experiment called that is controlling of double acting cylinder using 4x3 dimension control valve. So since it's an electrohydraulic system or electrohydraulic circuit, there will be two parts. First there will be hydraulic circuit and then electrical circuit. So electrical circuit will control the hydraulic circuit. That means electrical circuit actually is going to control the solenoids. So this circuit is called electrohydraulic circuit. So I'll explain the components involved in this circuit. That is cylinder, hydraulic cylinder is there, double acting single cylinder. Then 4x3 dilation control valve, we call it as DCV, dilation control valve. And there is a pump, variable displacement pump is installed in the hydraulic training bit. And pressure relief valve, that is commonly called as PRV. And there is a pressure gauge to read the pressure. So 4x3 dilation control valve, double solenoid operated. So solenoid, there are two solenoids, we call it as Y1 and Y2. So Y1 solenoid is responsible, according to the electrical circuit, Y1 is for forward movement and Y2 is for backward movement. When both solenoids are off, when Y1, Y2 solenoids are off, it comes to neutral position, where in neutral position it is in blocked condition. So oil will not flow to the cylinder and cylinder movement is stopped. So we have understood, and this pressure relief valve is a very important component because a safety valve. Every circuit should have one pressure relief valve, and this pressure relief valve, the function is to regulate the pressure in the system. For example, if pressure required in the hydraulic circuit is 30 bar, if pump pressure is 50 bar, then what happens? Extra pressure will cause damage to the circuit. To avoid that, the extra pressure means extra amount of oil which is causing extra pressure, which goes to the tank through pressure relief valve. So pressure relief valve is called safety valve. Now we understood the hydraulic circuit here. One more important thing is, like in 4x3 dilation control valve, there are three positions: neutral, left and right. So left position, if valve is switched to left position, P is connected to A, B is connected to T, and like that if valve switch over to right position, P is connected to A, B is connected to T. So this is the working of hydraulic circuit. Now let us understand how electrical circuit is built, or what are the components used in the electrical circuit. So direction, you know that solenoid operating voltage is 24 DC, right? So we should have an electrical circuit which is operating at 24 DC. So here, that means in hydraulic training kit, there is a SMP, a switch mode supply, which converts AC to DC 24 volts, and that is being used to operate this electrical circuit. So here, I already means there are two solenoids. So each solenoid should require one switch to control the solenoid. So switch 1 is for controlling Y1 solenoid, switch S2 is for controlling Y2 solenoid. So here we are not operating the solenoids using switches directly, so we are operating indirectly. Indirectly means through relay we are operating the solenoids. Why? Because there are a lot of advantage and control aspects are possible using relays. If you use relays, logical operation like AND gate, OR gate and data storage, these extra functions are possible, and relays are very good for control actions. So control actions are possible using combination of relays. So in this circuit, switch is connected to relay 1 and second switch is connected to relay 2, whereas relay 1 is connected to K1 and relay 2 is connected to Y2. The meaning is, by operating switch S1, current flows to the relay K1. When K1 is on, circuit means Y1 line will be closed, and when Y1 line is closed, Y1 is on. When Y1 is on, direction control will switch over to left position and cylinder move forward. So like that, when S2 button is operated, K2 relay will be on. When K2 relay is on, K2 line will be closed. When K2 line is closed, Y2 is on, and Y2 is on, valve switch over to the right position and cylinder moves backward direction. When solenoid Y1 and Y2 both are off, since there are two springs in the valve goes to the neutral position, where in neutral position oil is not going to the cylinder is stopped. So thereby we can control this hydraulic cylinder using electrical switches or electrical system. So that is why it is called electrohydraulic system. This is a hydraulic So from the concept, what you want to understand is, so how hydraulic energy is used to convert into useful mechanical work. Okay. So we have to understand how to transfer from available energy to hydraulic form first, and then we'll explain about how to conduct experiments using the training kit. Okay. So first of all, easily available form of energy is electrical form of energy. So that is available here in the generally electrical sockets are there where you can get easily the electrical energy, electrical power is available, and that can be used to convert it into hydraulics, and then hydraulic energy is converted into useful mechanical work. So this is used in industrial applications. So now this hydraulic training kit gets the power electrical supply from the lines, and then here there is a power pack. We call it as a power pack. So power pack basically is an assembly of electrical motor. Here single phase DC motor is there, and then the hydraulic pump is there that is coupled, and this is a 20-liter steel tank is there where you can store up to 20 liters of oil. So this is actually hydraulic power pack. The major function or the main function of this power pack is to convert electrical energy into hydraulic energy with the help of pump. So once hydraulic energy is generated and it is being supplied to the training kit, to the training kit where we can conduct experimentation. Okay. So in this training system, there are three parts. One is conversion of electrical energy into hydraulic energy. That is the first part. In the next part, where this grid is called the working area, where we can do experiments by using components in different combinations. And the next part is electrical part, where hydraulic circuits or hydraulic valves are controlled by relay circuits, and this control panel is a combination of switches, relays, timer. These are the functions of electrical panel. So to demonstrate the experiments using this training kit, we have set up one experiment here. That means controlling of a cylinder using 4x3 direction control valve. That means hydraulic cylinder is controlled. That means forward movement and backward movement and stop. We can easily control the hydraulic cylinder using this setup. So first I will explain the components which are used in the circuit. So first of all, this is called the manifold block. Manifold block where hydraulic coil from the power pack comes here. So we can start connections as per the circuit diagram given in the manual. Okay. So here there is a P line and T line. That means pump line and tank line is there. So where we can start the hydraulic circuit connections. So first of all, I have taken here 4x3 direction control valve and a hydraulic cylinder, hydraulic hoses, and components of hydraulic circuits. Whatever circuit we are explaining, the components involved in the experiments are hydraulic cylinder, that is double acting cylinder, double acting single rod cylinder, and this is a 4x3 direction control valve. This is a pressure relief valve. And this is a manifold block which can having the pump line as well as the tank line. Okay. So pressure relief valve is a very important safety valve. So every hydraulic circuit should have one pressure relief valve. So you should have a pressure relief valve just to regulate the pressure in the hydraulic simulation. And in this entire hydraulic kit, for safety reasons, we are operating at a pressure of maximum 50 bar, or generally we are operating at 30 bar. So this experiment is carried out at 30 bar hydraulic pressure. So now, when hydraulic circuit is given, as per the hydraulic circuit diagram, we have to take the component from the storage and place it on the grid. So this grid area we call as a working area. So we have to place first the cylinder and the 4x3 direction control valve and pressure relief valve. Manifold block is already there, and once it is components are placed, now we have to connect it with hydraulic process. So hydraulic process, now it is already connected as per the circuit diagrams. So we will explain in the circuit diagram section. So once hydraulic circuit is completed, so now we have to complete the electrical diagram or electrical circuit to control the 4x3 direction control valve. So since we are using solenoids, these are 4x3 direction control valve, solenoid operated. Since we are using solenoids to control the direction control valve, this concept is called electrohydraulics. That means using electrical energy, we are trying to control the direction control valve, so that by controlling the direction control valve, we can control the direction of movement of the cylinder either forward as well as backward, or we can stop it also. Okay. So now electrical panel is there here, and this electrical panel operates at a voltage of 24 volt DC, because solenoid operating voltage is also 24 volt DC. Okay. So here connection is, since operating voltage of solenoid is 24 volt DC, so we have connected this circuit using two switches, one switch for each solenoid. There are two solenoids, so two switches are used. Now what we will do is we will show the operation of complete circuit, so you will get the working of the hydraulic circuit. And one important thing, this hydraulic process are having quick disconnect couplings. That means it's very easy to connect, just very easy to remove and very easy to put it back. So this is called quick disconnect couplings. Okay. So now I am going to switch on the hydraulic draining system. Now hydraulic draining system is on. As I mentioned earlier, there are two switches to control two solenoid valves. Now if you operate switch 1, it is going forward. That means if load is attached to the cylinder, it can push the load. Okay. Then we can full force also can be generated using other solenoid. This solenoid is for retraction and this solenoid is for extrusion. And we can also stop the load in the intermediate position, the stop. So this circuit explains or demonstrates the use of 4x3 direction controller to control the hydraulic cylinder, where we can operate the load in forward, backward and stop. This is the 4x3 direction control valve. You can see here that this is a 4x3 direction control valve, solenoid operated. So there are two solenoids here. That means if this solenoid is on, the configuration is P to A, B to T, and this configuration is on, the solenoid is on, configuration is P to B and A to T. Okay, so here 4 ports are there. How do we know? It is labeled here. So it is B, it is P, like that. Here it is P and A and T. So by looking into this, we can make connection as per the circuit diagram given here. And this is the cable to connect electrical panel, where electrical panel supplies power to the solenoid, and solenoid operates the spool inside the valve, and valve operates. By operating the valve, cylinder can be operated or hydraulic motor can be operated. So in this demonstration, we are shown the cylinder movement only. Hello students. So now we are demonstrating hydraulic circuits and electrical relay circuits, how to simulate using the Automation Studio software. So when you open the Automation Studio software, you get this screen, and left side of the screen there is a library. So since our topic is hydraulic, so we have to go to the hydraulics library. So in the circuit explanation, we have clearly mentioned what are the components required to conduct this experiment or simulations. So I will take one component from the library and drag and drop on the screen to make the simulation. So first of all, pump is required. So the pump which I've considered in the circuit is variable displacement pump. So that is available here. The variable displacement pump, and reservoir is required to store the oil, pressure relief valve is required to limit the pressure in the circuit. So the zoom all components is there. Now tank should be connected, and then pressure relief valve should be connected to the output of the pump. And we want pressure readings in bar, so we have to convert the units of pressure gauge. So double click on it and then change it to bar. So as per our circuit, so it is required to have 4x3 direction control valve, solenoid operated. So this is a 4x3 direction control valve, solenoid operated. And actuator we have considered is linear actuator, that is double acting cylinder. Now we have to connect P to P, P to T and cylinder. So we have to label the parts here. This is port A, this is port B, and this is port P, and this is port T. So now we have just completed the hydraulic simulation. This hydraulic circuit we have completed. Now to control this hydraulic circuit, we have to develop or we have to design electrical circuit. So electrical circuit is already discussed. Now we are going to construct the electrical circuit in Automation Studio. So our power supply required is 24 volt DC because operating voltage of solenoid is 24 volt DC. And since there are two solenoids, we are taking two switches to control. So this is S1. There is S1 is a push button, and one more switch is S2. And we are controlling solenoids not directly by switches, through relay. So we have to take the relay. So we know that relay is a combination of magnetic coil and contacts. So we are taking the relay box 1. So relay box will have coil called K1. So relay box 1 named as K1 and is connected to a switch. So we will take second coil and called K2. So that is the relay box number 2. That should be connected to S2. And there are two solenoids. So we have to consider the solenoids. This is a symbol of solenoid called Y1. And one more solenoid is required, that is Y2. So we are taking normally open contact of relay box 1 and relay box 2. So our requirement is by operating switch S1, Y1 should be on. By operating S2 switch, Y2 should be on. So for that, we are linking these contacts to the relay box K1. So double click on it and then link K1. Double click on the contact, link K2. Meaning is, by operating switch S1, K1 will be on. When K1 coil is on, K1 contact become closed and then solenoid Y1 is on. Like that, when switch S2 is operated, K2 is on. When K2 is on, contact K2 will be closed and then Y2 will be on. So this is the electrical circuit. Now we have to link this electrical circuit to the hydraulic circuit. That means we have to link the solenoids. Double click on the direction control valve and then select the solenoid and link it. So now This is Y1, this is Y2. So this is a hydraulic circuit. This is electrical relay circuit. So this completes the development of circuits, hydraulic and electrical. Now to see the simulation, start simulation button is there, click on that. Now simulation is ready. Operate switch S1, cylinder moves forward. By operating switch S2, cylinder will move backward. If you want to stop in any intermediate position, then operate the switch S1, then release. It will stop at intermediate positions. This demonstrates the simulation of circuits using Automation Studio software.